Hello YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is 2 Point Hospital Strategy and Tactics. So today we're going to talk about pricing. Yes, making money. Quite important, especially in the earlier parts of the level, where cash is critical. So as the game has most likely informed you, the prices section here goes right here. However, it does not necessarily tell you the best way to go about doing your pricing and what effects and benefits each of the various price levels will have. Well, if I had to give you probably a overly simplistic piece of advice, 20% to everything. Now that's wielding things a little bit ham-handedly. If you wanted to be a little bit more elegant to your touch, we can tweak some things. Because, well, what's important is that we understand how prices impact people and how the whole refuse to pay mechanic works. So first off, the refuse to pay mechanic obviously is not a percent chance based on the amount of price. Because if, for example, let's take this person right here, lycanthropy. Got Bella Hands diagnosed with lycanthropy, about to walk in for a good old cure. Well, what would happen if we did something real mean here and we jacked the price of lycanthropy up to 100%? That's $18,000 for a single cure of lycanthropy. That's the American way, that's what that is. But anyway, let's see how this plays out. Because here we have this person who is 100% happy at the moment.
Warning, earthquake imminent.
Hopefully this doesn't blow up in our faces. I don't think it will.
Had a call from a patient in a local hospital who says they just had an
Have the drink.
Either that or they're
Boom!
experimental.
Not only are they cured, but they are out the door and they paid. Now, a couple of things to note here. First off, obviously, we got a whole bunch of cash from that. Second of this is, well, they paid. But thirdly is, they're not that happy anymore. They were at 100% happiness. But now they are at 71. Now, of course, you might be saying, well, who the F cares? I mean, they're walking out the door. Of course who cares? They're cured. Are you done, please, mans? Are you done? Who cares? They're walking out the door. Well, the general public kind of cares. See, the whole idea with prices kind of ties into reputation, and not just your prices actually kind of factor into reputation. Now, on this level, I've been experimenting rather aggressively with prices. So right now, my price reputation is horrible. But that doesn't stop my overall reputation from being great, because I cover for it in all the other areas. But this whole thing, this patient reputation, letting your patients leave with a sour taste in their mouth in terms of price goes, that will eventually hurt your patients' percentage, in addition to hurting your prices percentage. And those things combined can hurt your overall reputation. So, as far as doing prices, as fun as it is to reap $18,000 from a single cure, I would not recommend it. I wouldn't go above 20% on your cures. Now, there are some places where you can gouge people a little bit more aggressively, and that is with the follow-up diagnostics, your cardiologies, your fluid analysis, your general diagnosis, basically everything except the GP's office. I'll get to that in just a second. And actually, I really don't want people to use psychiatry for diagnostics, so that one I do like to crank all the way up. But everything else, If you're gonna be farting around our hospital and making me take time and effort to further diagnose you, then that's gonna be that's gonna cost you. Now, there's a couple of different reasons for that. One is, yes, obviously when they go to that follow-up diagnostic, they're going to obviously take a little bit of a happiness hit. You can actually see just how much of a happiness hit they take when they get up for that, because it'll actually say happiness. Now, the happiness hit is not actually...
Patients are forbidden from revealing the orb's secret healing techniques.
Yeah, see that happiness right there? That guy just got further diagnosed, and his happiness took a 12% hit. But here's the difference between him, being hit at 12% happiness and somebody who was just cured being hit for 12% happiness. You see, the whole thing is he's still in my hospital. He still needs to do stuff. He's got things to do, and while he's still here in the hospital, he'll have a chance to make himself happy again. He'll have a chance to, go to a shop or eat some luxury snacks or buy some luxury drinks, and just generally make himself, a little bit happier. Here, I guess he's going to relieve himself, but regardless, he'll have a chance to restore his happiness. The other happiness restoring bit here is the GP's office. GP's office, I would actually say, let's set that to minus 20. Let's give him a bargain, a discount, if you will, on using the GP's office, because everybody needs to use the GP's office, and some people multiple times. Those people will often get a little boost to their happiness. And then as far as cures go, I'd say leave them at 20%. Yeah, it's going to leave a little bit of a sour taste in their mouth, but not so bad that it ruins your reputation completely. You can also get away with charging higher prices at the time of cure if you train your curative nurses and doctors in bedside manner, because the bedside manner aspect of a person's skill will allow them to sort of offset the happiness penalty that they get from having to pay the higher prices. So, in a way, if you... bedside manner isn't so much about bedside manner, it's about being able to charge higher prices. Whether or not that's worth taking up a skill slot for a patient, still on the fence about that. But if you've got somebody who's bound for a treatment-bound thing and they happen to come with bedside manner, you know what? That's not a bad thing. That's honestly not a bad thing. I would not consider that a polluted skill. So that, my friend, is my mantra on pricing. And as you can see, with the right amount of pricing, you can get yourself afloat much easier. Also, if you want to be real nitpicky, you can make the things like the arcade machine and the cafe and all the little things that really aren't worth a lot of money. You can make that neutral so that people don't get a bad taste in their mouth just from doing something. Because it's not like you're going to be making the big bucks off of these little rinky-dink things. Prairie dog. So I hope that you guys found this useful. So if you guys like this episode and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment, good, bad, or indifferent. Your feedback's always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar signing out. See ya!